I'm Leon Scott, and I'm working to close the wealth gap. The title of this video, Budget Like a Business. There are lots of budgeting tools out there, like templates that come built into some of your spreadsheet computer desktop programs. There are also tools online like Mint. All of these tools focus on taking what you are spending and comparing it to what you think you should be spending, and then taking a look at the difference in between, helping you create a budget. These tools are helpful and they're useful, but they're incomplete for individuals who are trying to build wealth. My recommendation is to use a different tool, a tool known as a profit and loss statement. That term should sound familiar. We spoke about profit and loss statements in a previous video, What is Wealth? And I'll make sure there's a link above me here. In that, we were talking about how a profit and loss statement allows a business to take a look at its revenue and then subtract its cost of goods and materials, then the operation expenses and taxes, and what it's left with is the earnings or the net profit. So we can use a similar tool, or we can use the same tool for you personally. So how does it work? You put in your income in the top line, and then you subtract not the cost of materials or what is known as cost of goods, COG. Instead, what you remove next is the PYF, pay yourself first. That's the amount of money that goes into your investment accounts, like your retirement accounts or your taxable investment account, or in the case of this example, the brokerage accounts and investment accounts that you have set up for your kids. After you remove that, then you're left with an amount, the gross margin, that you can use to then pay everything else. So you pay yourself first, and then you pay everything else. That's what you budget off of. Using this approach has a couple key benefits to it. First, it helps set you up for a wealth mindset because you're paying yourself first. You're pulling money away, you're building wealth first. And then you make sure the rest of your expenses fit in so you're taking care of the long term before you take care of the short term. The second benefit is that instead of looking at expenses as a percentage of the total expenses, like most budgeting apps do, how much of my bills goes to my credit card, how much of my bills goes to my phone service. Instead, we do what businesses do. We look at the expenses as a percentage of income. This is an extremely important distinction. When you see your spend on something go up each month relative to income, it's typically a really good sign that you're overspending in an area. Now, what you should see is that your income goes up afterward. For example, if you're spending more on education, you hope you see an increase in your salary. But if you don't see that type of change, then it's a sign that you're actually weakening your financial stability. When this happens to companies, the analysts that look at a company's profit and loss statements will start to downgrade their expectations for that company. That's when the stock price starts to drop. Don't let your personal stock price drop. Make sure you're able to track what you spend as a percentage of your income, and then you're always able to keep a really good eye on it. The third benefit of using a profit and loss statement as the base of your budgeting tools is that you can actually build it out so that you can see over time and on what days your balance, your overall bank account will reach its lowest point, its nadir. You can also still take a look at what you spent compared to what you were hoping to spend, so you can make adjustments based on that as well. So you don't lose any of the benefits of the other budgeting tools. You just gain the opportunity to make sure you pay yourself first and get yourself in a wealth mindset, and you have the opportunity to look at your expenses as a percentage of your income, the way businesses do. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and also share this with some friends. All right, see y'all soon.